hopefully all of you have enjoyed the weekly vlogs that we've had with sports analytics, with episode 1 with the Carolina Panthers, episode 2 with ESPN Stats and Information. It continues to get good because right now we have the Charlotte Hornets coming up. We're about to go ahead and get started. May even run into a couple of people. May even run into Michael Jordan. Maybe. Okay guys, this is Alexander Powell. He is with the Charlotte Hornets. His position is Head of Quantitative Analysis and Development. He works directly with analytics. He reports directly to the General Manager, Mitch Kupchak. He's going to tell you a little bit more about himself, what he does, the intricacies when it comes to analytics, and maybe how it's changed in the last couple of years. So without further ado, Alex, you want to just go ahead and just take it away?
So most professional sports teams, us included, are broken up. There's a business side and basketball side. Business side is everything from marketing, ticketing, sales, kind of all of the stuff to make a game day happen. And the basketball side is the basketball stuff. Everything related to players, contracts, team performance. And so I'm on that side of the building, I guess you'd say. We threw out some ideas for projects. So I figured kind of the best things to do is to give you some of the projects I'm working on now. So on the 29th is the draft, and the 2nd will start free agency for us. So obviously now it's kind of nearing the end of our prep for all of that. But I think he was giving you two options. One, kind of, we have the 11th pick this year. We also have the 56th and 57th pick. But kind of from your analysis and your research, and I can talk a little bit about where to get data and kind of what to work with, but what should be our focus at 11? Who are the players you think will be there and available? It's purposely open-ended because there's a number of ways you can go with it. You can say, here's who I think you should draft, here's who's available, here's different skill sets. There's a lot of ways. Every GM kind of has their own take on, do I take best available, is it best fit? So you can kind of put yourself in those shoes and do the analysis from that, whatever vein you want to start with. The second aspect is pretty similar, but free agency. Part of that focus would be a little bit more on like what do you think the Hornets need based on the guys on our roster now and how we played last season, and then be able to say, from your analysis, here's who you think we should target in free agency. There's a couple of different areas you can focus. One would be kind of the financial aspect. So if you're more of an economics person or interested in the finance aspect, that's an important role in free agency. Kind of dive into the salary cap stuff too. And then the other is kind of the on-court performance. What do we need? Do we need a wing, a guard, big? What sort of skill sets would mesh well with the current roster?
You guys are in a very unique position because the NBA draft is on the 29th. The Hornets have an 11th pick in the draft. You guys have an opportunity to go ahead and figure out what do you think that the Hornets' best needs are to find a player that can meet those needs. And again, 4 days after that would be the moratorium in terms of free agency will start. I think a good question would be to ask in terms of like how much cap space the Hornets have. And then the other thing is this, and this is something honestly that I tell all of my students, whether they are interning or whether they are just in class, is that no matter what career that you guys choose, the hardest part is getting your foot in the door. It's really all about access. And right now, you guys have access to one of the 30 NBA teams that happens to have like an analytical department. So whenever you have like an opportunity like this, make the best of it, because there are plenty of people that would love to go ahead and talk to Alexander just to get 5 minutes of his time. Access creates opportunity. So how I look at it, this is your opportunity.
My name is Randy Davis. I'm a junior. I'm a communications major with a journalism minor, and I graduate in spring 2022.
Hi, my name is Joseph Chica. I'm a computer science major. I'm graduating December and fall 2021.
Hi, I'm Grace Fuller, and I'm scheduled to graduate spring of 22.
So our first choice for the Hornets' 11th pick is going to be Kai Jones. He's a 6'11" big man, 220, perfect size for the 4 or 5 position on the Hornets. He had a 38 3-point percentage and a 58 field goal percentage overall. He has a 7'1" wingspan, able to catch many alley-oops from LaMelo off the pick and roll. He's also a great defender, had no issues guarding anybody on the outside or the inside.
So our second option for the number 11th pick would be Moses Moody. He was SEC Freshman of the Year, averaged 16.8 points a game and 5.8 rebounds. He is a projected 3 and D player. He is elite with his three-point shooting and his defense with his 7-foot wingspan and 6'6" frame. He can guard the guards or the wing. He shoots 35.8% from the three-point line, so he can space the floor, especially with the Hornets. And there are a lot of high flyers, pick and rolls. He can space the floor while also picking up a tough defensive matchup. And he's drawn comparisons to Joe Johnson and Glenn Rice because of his length and his play style.
And this is kind of outside the scope of what your project was, but based on the guys you think are available and you think we should draft, how would that influence what you think we should do in free agency? Your first slide, you kind of listed our roster, and these are the holes. These are the holes in terms of players we're losing and what our deficiencies were as a team. How would that, if you were in the GM chair, how would that affect your decision a week later?
With free agency, the draft does affect free agency, but at the same time, some of these kids need to develop a little more before we just throw them in a starting role. So maybe just like it would affect free agency in a way to find veterans, more veterans to help these players grow. Veterans that are similar play style or something that can help them develop and become better players as well.
Hey, I'm Wesley Wright. I'm a computer science major. I'm going to graduate this December 2021.
My name is Kelvin Clark. I'm pursuing a computer science degree in the Bachelor of Arts, and my concentration is human-computer interaction.
My name is Alex Gluck. I'm an economics student, and I'll be graduating in December of 2022.
My name is Jared Logan. I'm a computer science major, expected to graduate in 2022 in May.
My name is Ron Patel. I'm currently pursuing a Bachelor's of Science in Data Science, and I'm graduating spring 2022.
Thank you for coming. This is our Charlotte Hornets 2020-2021 free agency selection ideas.
As starting this research project and analyzing our different team needs, we found that 3 variables were big in considering this: defensive rebounding percentage, turnovers, and defense in general, specifically defense box plus and minus. You can see over here we took 2 different data sets. One data set being a data set of all the NBA players' advanced stats, but then we also took another data set and we did the same thing for the Charlotte Hornets roster.
So first, big name we're looking at, Mitchell Robinson playing for the Knicks. Excellent scorer, but he's a really good rebounder and defender as well. Combined with the just high defensive win shares and other things, he'd be an excellent addition to the team. At the price point, we decided 4 years, $40 million, something to offer. We're also looking at like a 4th-year player option just to convince him to come down to Charlotte, since it's a bit of a trip for him. Next up, we're looking at Daniel Tice. Not quite as good on rebounding. His defense is excellent, and he'd also offer veteran presence to the younger team.